Good afternoon, everybody. I really wish that y'all could see what Ed does before he starts the live. It would be very entertaining. One of these days I'm going to film it and put it to some TikTok community. Anyway, maybe he won't do it again. But anyway, good afternoon and happy Tuesday. It's strange saying Tuesday and not Monday, but yesterday, I don't know what happened, guys. I was fine. I got up and I walked my mile. I came home and ate 2 pancakes and drank a little chocolate milk and sat down to work on my iPad, and within 15 minutes, everything was blurry. And my first thought was there was something wrong with my cheaters, because I just get these cheaters from the Dollar Tree to read things. And it was all blurry, and so I changed glasses, and it was still blurry. And then I thought, maybe it's a sugar rush. I've never had problems with my blood sugar, but you know, maybe it was a sugar rush. Anyway, I got up and told Dad I didn't feel good, and when I looked at him, I saw 2 of him, and everything was just blurry. So I just went and laid down, and then the headache came. But I knew it was a migraine, even though I've only had maybe 3 or 4 in my entire life. But Ed has migraines, and my daughter has migraines, and it usually starts with the vision problems. But sometimes you just go to bed and let it pass. I took some medicine and laid down. I got up probably about 2 hours later, and my vision had cleared up, thank goodness. But I still kind of had a dull headache, and so I just didn't feel like getting on last night. But anyway, so I wanted to hop on. I had everything laid out, everything ready. So I wanted to hop on today, give you a chance to get your name in the blessing box for this month's kit. It's actually a kit from Magnolia Designs that is super cute. I'll show you. It's 2 dish towels, a stencil, some paste, but you get everything in the kit. And I decided to let it run all month. So on my live, you can also qualify for it if you're watching replay. Speaking of which, have you found it, Ed? Let me jump on and make sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me get it on my phone and see, between the 2 of us, maybe, oh, that's Miss Yvonne.
Brenda Bracken's getting her hair done.
Oh. You have it on mute, Brenda?
And Travis and Tammy Stoner and
wow. Good deal. Thank
Pat
you.
Schroeder and Ann Travis are watching.
Okay, good. Thank you, ladies. Be sure and put in the comments
Several ladies shared
that hashtag April kit. That will get your name in for the drawing that we're going to be doing. I guess I need to click on that so I can see some. Yeah, I see several on. Brenda, you getting your hair cut, colored, or? They cut mine so short last time, I think it's going to be a while before I go back, but that's okay. The best thing I ever did was put color in my hair, so I don't have to worry about that anymore. But be sure and put hashtag April kit so that you'll get your name in the blessing box. We are going to go all month
You ought
with
to say
that.
thank you. I gave you about half that gray hair.
Yeah, you did. Not all of it. But what you did, and probably having an in-home daycare for 33 years, gave me the rest of it. So we will draw the first live that I do in May. And this is how the kit came to me, and I'm really hoping this stencil is available before too long. But you get, and it's not Easter related, so that's why I thought, well, I can go all month and let y'all have a chance. So every time you put hashtag April kit, your name is put in the bag, and we'll draw a name. It's 2 dish towels, a thing to put your ink in, or actually it should be, I think they had sent paste and I added an ink, I'm not sure, but this is black, a squeegee, a stir stick, instructions, step by step. It's super easy. Y'all can go back and watch lives on YouTube or a couple of my lives. And then this is the stencil. It says let it be and sweet as honey. Super cute stencil. I hope they have some left so that I can buy one. But anyway, that's our giveaway for April. And even if you're watching on the replay, just put hashtag April kit. Get your name in there. But anyway, I wanted to hop on and show you this super cute, super easy shelf sitter. The surface is from Magnolia Designs, and I checked this morning.
Tammy Stoner, first time to your page from
Colonia, Illinois.
Well, thank you for joining, Tammy. I hope you'll like what you see and come back. We try to do all kinds of different crafts. This is the surface. You get 4 in a pack for about $22, I think, from Magnolia Design. But they're super cute. They're super easy to do. You have like a white chalkboard type surface on one side, and then you have this wood surface on the other. I like to make all my shelf sitters, and these are, you can see, super thick, so it just sits on its own. Cute to put anywhere. Windowsill, fireplace, on your desk. It's good for kids in college. It's bathrooms. But any of the stencils from Magnolia Design that says quad, and you would have 4 different stencils, will fit these boards. Or some of the smaller ones where you get like 12 on a pack, the smaller ones will fit. But I have to make some gifts, and so I thought I would just hop on and show you what I'm going to do and then give you some options as far as decorating it. But I like to take this side and either put scrapbook paper, or you can paint it and then stencil on this side also. But I stencil on the white side, and then I usually put scrapbook paper or some sort of printable on this side. So what I'm going to do, like I said, these are in stock from Magnolia, and I put a link at the top of this video. So the first thing I'm gonna do is work on this side because we have to use some Mod Podge. I purchased some digital songs, antique hymns, and so I can print out as many as I want. So what I did is I printed out Amazing Grace, about a 5 by 7, and then I cut it down to where it fits in here perfectly, okay? So the first thing I'm gonna do, and I'm not gonna use the iron because this is such a small space that I can get it on there fine. So we're gonna Mod Podge. If you were using scrapbook paper, you'd do the same thing. You'd put down some Mod Podge and just put your scrapbook paper on there. So I'm gonna get my brush. We're gonna give this time to dry. So I hope y'all are having a great week. I didn't intend to spend most of the day yesterday in bed, but I'm sure it was good for me. My daughter and Ed both think it's probably because I've had a rough 2 weeks just with the thing at church and getting home, having somewhere to go every night, never got in bed before 11. It was a long 2 weeks. Very well worth it. And if that's what caused it, I'm just thankful it was yesterday and not, because we did our last performance Sunday night. They just think I was exhausted and tired. So, because I normally don't have migraines or headaches much at all. Like I said, I may have had 3, maybe 4. This may have been the 4th one in my entire life. But Ed has them and my daughter has them, so we knew that's what it was. Okay, so I've got my Mod Podge. I'm not going to let it dry. I'm just going to start putting this paper down in here, and I have cut it to fit the best I could. It's a pretty good fit. And I'm just going to use this little squeegee thing. This is actually comes with things that you rub, what are they called, transfers, you rub on to a surface, but they work really well for something like this. I don't worry if you've got a little Mod Podge on the edges, it dries clear. I just want to make sure there's no bubbles in this little piece of paper. Okay, so that's one side. So, and that was really quick, and I'll show you how I would decorate it.
White.
White?
Right in here. See?
Yeah, it'll dry clear, but I'll wipe it off. Okay, and
I just had to get my 2 cents in.
Okay, you can help me when I go decide how to decorate it. Okay, so that's one side, and I'm gonna let that dry. All right, now just be careful if you're gonna do something 2-sided. Make sure you have the top and the top. I have done it to where you'd have to turn it over if you reversed it. So here's the top. So this is my top, and this is kind of the chalkboard surface. You don't need to do anything to it, and just to make sure you get it on there straight, I kind of line up the bottom of my board on my mat. Now I'm going to use this particular stencil. It's not Magnolia Design, but Magnolia does have quite a few. This is actually from a maker studio. If y'all remember, I told you that's where I get my permanent ink that you don't have to heat set or anything. This is a stencil that came like 4 or 5 different ones. But it says your grace is sufficient, 2 Corinthians 12:19. But it was the perfect fit for the Amazing Grace on the other side. And I have used this over and over and over. And it's not quite as sticky. So I just have to make sure that it's down really well to keep. And you could do this, I pulled out brown and black, but with this being white, I'm gonna do it in black because it just makes it pop. And I just kinda eyeball to make sure I've kinda got the same, depending on how you're going to,
And Travis said you're glad you're feeling better today.
I am, I feel fine today. Ed calls it a migraine hangover. It's yesterday afternoon. I just felt yucky and still had a little bit of a headache. After about 2 hours, my vision came back, thank goodness. Because, I mean, you can't look at the iPad, you can't watch TV, you can't do anything. You just got to go to bed. All right, I think that is straight. Since I didn't cut it straight, it's a little hard to tell because you can't go by the edges of the stencil. But I think it's straight. But you know, it's a craft. It doesn't have to be perfect. But since these are gifts, I do want it close. Okay, so I'm just going to take this same thing, since this doesn't have a whole lot of sticky. I'm just going to make sure I don't have any bubbles in this particular stencil. But this is super, these little shelf sitters are just super fast. Now, I'm also, here where I've kind of cut it, it's real close to the board. So I'm just going to put a little bit of tape there so I don't get it, the paste on the board. Now I'm going to go ahead and put some on the other side. You don't have to do this, but y'all know I'm messy. And it's not going to take much paste at all either. Okay. All right. I think that's down really well. Like I said, I've probably used this one. I've got 12 of these to make, and I've probably made 8 or 9. So it's been used a good bit. Okay, and I've already stirred my paste. This is Magnolia Design black paste. I know it's paste because it's got the black lid. The ink has the white lid. And anything...
That seems backwards to me.
What, that the white is ink and the
Yeah.
black is
Black,
paste?
black ought to be ink.
Why?
Because ink is black most of the time.
Okay. And I've already, see, I'm getting down. I just ordered some more this week. So you want it the consistency. You don't want it runny because then it might run under your stencil. And it only takes a little bit. I'm not going to push real hard. I'm just going to put it on there and spread it. Make sure I get all the places that you see white, because that's where you're pushing this paste through that stencil. These stencils work the exact same way as Magnolia Design. Magnolia Design just doesn't have this saying, and I wish they'd get it, because it goes perfect with the song. They do have a beautiful cross that goes with the sheet music, though. Okay. I think it's all on there. So I'll turn it around, and you have to check and make sure you don't have anything on your fingers, although this is paste, and it's pretty forgiving. So let's turn it around. It's always exciting when you go to peel it up. Now that's just going to get the tape for me. Sometimes the stencil comes up at the same time. So you're just going to get it from a corner, kind of catch it in the middle. So there you go. And then you want to put, just like Magnolia Designs, you want to put your stencil in some water. And if I was not on a live, I would take it straight to the sink and wash it. Okay? And that's how quick it is. Now, since this is a chalkboard service, had I made a mistake, I could take a wet rag and just wash it off. Or if I decided I didn't like that, you can wipe the whole thing off with just a wet rag and put a different stencil on it. If you wanted to set it in your home, you could do the same thing, just don't seal it to make it permanent, and then 6 months from now, wipe it off and put a different one on there. That's what's awesome about the paste and the chalkboard stencils. Now, if you're putting it on painted wood, it's not guaranteed it will all come off. The wood you pretty much have to treat with some wax or something first, but if it's a chalkboard surface, then you can wipe it off. You use the paste for wood, chalkboard, anything like that. You use the ink for fabric, glass, plates, cups, mugs, stuff like that you can heat set with heat or put in the oven. But anyway, I mean, that's how quick and simple. I could leave it like this to where it's reversible. But I want you to use your creativity and think about ways to decorate it. I'm not going to glue anything permanently today because, like I said, I've got to make 12 of these, and I want to make sure I know exactly what I want to do. So I'll try several different things. But let me just give you some ideas as far as decorating it. You could just leave it like this. You could take some pretty, and you could do several things. You could take some pretty lace and just put across the top and the sides like this all the way down, and then put a pretty flower or something there, or just leave the lace. This is a real thin lace. I think it's from Hobby Lobby, but they put even their lace they have on sale back in when all the ribbon is half price. They have their lace half price back in the fabric department. This is a little thicker, but see, it's got little flowers on it. It's still not too wide for this particular thing, so that would be real pretty. I have a ribbon that I'm thinking about using on this side. I don't know. It's too wide. I mean, it's kind of a cream and it's got the black crosses, but see, it's too wide to go up here, I think. So I thought about just making a real little bow.
Barbara Bennett says good afternoon.
Hi Barbara, thank you for being here. Okay, so you could make just a tiny bow. Now you could put lace around and then put a bow on the top to where the top would show, that way. Or you could decorate each side. If you decorate each side, I like to do it where you can't see the bow sticking out. So I could take a little bow like this and put here in the corner. Can you see that? I'm not going to cut it or glue it. If I did that, I brought out some buttons, and I would probably find a brown or black button and put in the middle of my bow. I'm not sure yet what I want to do, because I also have all these pretty little, they're called solo flowers, and you can just look them up if you like them. They even have some in color. These can be painted, but they come in different sizes. So, I mean, you could put a little flower down here. There's several different types. This one would look real cute right here in the corner. Or if I could find one small enough, maybe even in the middle of my bow instead of the button. Or you could group them. So you could put a couple of flowers up here at the top and group it. I'm just trying to give you some ideas. Like I said, I haven't decided for sure what I'm going to do. But this is a mixture, I believe. And I got several sizes. But they're solo, S-O-L-O. They're wood flowers. And they're a lot of fun. I know what I'm going to do on the other side, pretty much. Now see, I can turn this over because it's probably dry, but it's going to be laying on the wood part, so that's not going to touch my mat anyway. On this side, I ordered these, oops, I dropped a couple, these musical notes. And I got a bag, I don't know how many, maybe 50. I ordered them off of Amazon, and I can give y'all the number or the link if you're interested, but there's several bags of them in here, and it's all types of different and sizes of musical notes. And I know I'm going to use them. I'm just not sure how. You could put several on here. You could paint these or leave them this color and put a couple here. But what I'm thinking I might do is like do the edges, maybe something like that. And I may get these backwards. I'll check and make sure before I actually glue them on. But maybe something like that. And or just I don't know how many of those I have, but you could just put a couple of musical notes on there. This is some of the larger ones, I believe. I think that one's the same thing. So I'm not sure yet how I'm going to do that, but I'm pretty sure I'm putting musical notes on this side, which would be really cute. But I think 2 would be plenty. My first thought was to paint them and kind of put it in the middle, but I think I may just do it this way. I don't know. I'll think about it for a few days because I want to do them all alike pretty much, so I have to decide for sure what I like. And then my thought is I'm probably on this side going to go with the ribbon because it's kind of white and black. I'm probably going to go with just a little bow and a button. I'll try the flowers, but they may be too big. But anyway, that's how I'm going to decorate mine. But you can use a lot of different things. I actually found this ribbon at 5th Street.
Phyllis Brubaker came on and said, sorry I'm late.
That's okay, Phyllis. Thank you for being here. I'm just getting your package in the mail in just a little while. I was going to do it yesterday, and I didn't leave the house. But I will get it in the mail today. And I hope you enjoy what I'm sending. Okay, so y'all give me some ideas. What would be something, how would you think you would decorate it? Or would you not decorate it at all? You know, you may like a bigger, just put one big bow here and be done. I think the lace is very pretty. I actually think I like the thinner. Oh, that's the thicker. I actually think I like this thinner better on there. But, and see, it looks really pretty with this antique-y looking music on here. You could do it around it on one side if you wanted to. I guess you'd probably turn it where the straight was up here, wouldn't you? So you could frame this frame with 4 strips of this ribbon would be really pretty. And then, if you did that, one of these little flowers right in the corner would be really pretty. But I want the musical notes on this side because of who I'm gifting it to. But that would be really pretty. But y'all give me some suggestion. I just saw Phyllis sent more stars. Phyllis, thank you so much. That is so sweet. I really appreciate that because that's what I'm going to use to help pay for some shipping. Y'all, I make candles too, and I sat down yesterday and ordered 2 bottles of my favorite scent to make my candles with, and they're just 16-ounce bottles of fragrance oil. Well, they had gone up from $13.95 to $20.95 a bottle, and do y'all know it cost me $28 for them to ship 2 bottles? So when my wax runs out, I think I'm probably done making candles. I just, or I would have to really raise my prices. But then I got to thinking about it, and I'm like, well, you know, it cost me $20-something to mail a $59 wreath, so shipping is just getting awful. But anyway, you can get these. You do not have to use the surfaces from Magnolia, but they have some really cool ones. I put the link for my store up there if you want to check them out. I love these because you can do them reversible. You can do 2-sided. They sit. They're small enough to put anywhere. And you can make them as fancy or as plain as you want them. And what I'll do with this is I will seal this. And what I do is I use a Rust-Oleum 2X clear. You can buy matte if you want to. I usually buy the semi-gloss because I can't use a matte spray on my wreaths because it turns some of the mesh. It puts a film on it. And I don't want to get confused. So I don't care if this puts a little bit of shine on it. I usually get the semi-gloss. But it's Rust-Oleum.
Ms. Brubaker says you're welcome. I know it don't get you much, but every little bit helps.
Hey, I just appreciate every little bit. And I'm so excited to finally be able to have stars, you know. I wasn't sure what the requirements were, and just all of a sudden, Facebook is like, oh, by the way, you now qualify. And I'm like, oh, cool. So, anyway, but you can see how well it's a small area, so there's not going to be any bubbles on this. That's going to be good. But I will spray both sides, and then I'll decorate it. So there's a lot of different ways you can decorate it. Now, I knew this would be really quick today, but you can make some really cute things very quickly. That's why I love these stencils.
Jackie Dunn sent you 100 stars.
Aw, thank you, Jackie. Y'all are sweet. I have some of the best. I watch some of these people, and oh my gosh, y'all, some of the rude comments that people think that they can hide behind a keyboard and make are just, and they're not paying to watch somebody. And I'm kind of like, you know, if you're not interested, don't watch. You know. And there's a lot of crafters. I follow a lot of different crafters because I like to see and get inspiration from different ones. But I don't get to see many live anymore. I have to do a lot just replay, which is good. I love replay because you can fast forward to the end and see the finished product. And then if it's something you think you might enjoy doing, then you can go back and see how they did it. But anyway, people can just be ugly. But I have great viewers, and I know I've lost a few because I have to do it during the day for a while. May, Laney's soccer games will be over, and I thought rather than changing, because they're on Thursday evenings, and I thought rather than changing my days, I'll just change the time. Then y'all can still watch me every Monday and every Thursday. You just have to watch the replay. But, you know, you still can comment on the replays, and the more you comment, the more it helps my Facebook page grow. And, you know, Facebook is weird. I might have 6,000 followers, but my page doesn't go out to usually more than 200 people, which is, you know, what? That's not even a tenth, like a fifth, fourth of my viewers, so it's crazy. So the more you comment, the better it is. So anyway, be sure and put in the comments, hashtag April Kit, and I'll put all the names, and I think we have this week and next week, and then I believe Monday is the first part of May that we'll draw a name. And then I'll think of something else. I don't know. Y'all throw in suggestions. What are the type of things? Do you like a box with craft supplies? Do you like kits? Do you like something already put together, you know, that you would like to see me do? I love giving things away. And I know we're probably not supposed to use that phrase on Facebook either, but I do. Thursday, the last couple of wreaths I've done for y'all, a little complicated, and you have to order the Unique in the Creek boards. Thursday, my plan is to find some Hobby Lobby mesh and use a wireframe from the Dollar Tree, and I'm going to look at Hobby Lobby at the ribbon. But the ribbon's not on sale this week, so I may see what I have. But make something very simple, very easy, that you can go to Hobby Lobby. They have some awesome signs. Right now, it's their wall decor this week, 50% off. But that pretty much means anything you hang on the wall. So a sign that's not got a stand, you know, that sits up on the table. Next week will be tabletop, which would be a lot of those signs too. I don't ever buy, well, I have maybe once bought something from Hobby Lobby when it wasn't on sale, but normally I don't. Because if you just wait, you know, Hobby Lobby's like 20 minutes from us. But if you just wait till the next week, it'll be on sale. This week are flowers. So if you have some wreaths, grapevines that you're thinking about, the flowers are 50% off this week. Next week will be the mesh and the ribbon. And that's when you want to look for your mesh and your ribbons, when it's 50% off. But I'm going to take some ribbon. I know one row of like beige from Hobby Lobby. and I can use it to do a neutral wreath. So that's what I'm going to do Thursday. And it will be 1 o'clock Thursday, but then you can always go back Thursday evening and watch the replay. But I appreciate y'all being here. If we didn't catch any questions or whatever, I go back later and look through everything. Now, I may not comment immediately because there again, if I comment too many times on my own post, Facebook blocks me and puts me in Facebook jail for a while. So I can comment on 4 or 5 at a time, and then I have to wait and come back. It's craziness, y'all. They want you to do lives, but then it's like, well, don't do this, and don't do this, and don't do this. But I'm still not real comfortable with lives. But I hope I'm at least able to give y'all some inspiration for some things. So anyway, this is going to be my gifts. Hopefully people I'm gifting it to aren't watching. But and I'm going to spruce them up, bling them up, or do something with them too. So quick and easy, you can find these. They're called 5x5 quad boards. I believe they're $22 and something if you follow that link. So if you're interested in them, I will. If you want to know about Magnolia, just PM me and I can tell you all about their stencils and stuff. And you can save 35% if you become a creator. No monthly quota. You don't have to sell a thing. You just buy what you want, and you can save 35% once you are a creator. So that's pretty much why I got into it. I'm not a big salesperson, but I love them. Super easy for me to make home decor and put in my Etsy shop. So, and it's on everything. It's on the paste, it's on the ink, it's on the surfaces, it's on the kits, everything. Anyway, if you're interested, just PM me and I'll give you some information. But thank y'all for being here today. And I know, Tuesday's a weird day for me, but that's okay. I will see y'all Thursday at 1 o'clock. Thanks. Bye-bye.